One last point before we move on Justin Jefferson. He had the Randy Moss T-shirt on during pregame warmups, and he is the best receiver the Vikings have had since Randy Moss. He has matched Moss with 11 100-yard receiving games in his first 2 seasons, and he's got 7 more to try to surpass what Moss did. He can also catch Odell Beckham Jr. in theory. The record's 15. He's going to have to get, obviously, at least 5 out of the next 7. But he was unstoppable yesterday. 2 touchdowns, one nifty play coming out of the backfield where I think they just lost track of him when he trickled out and was wide open in front of the end zone and got the ball in for a touchdown on 3rd and goal. There it is, 3rd and goal from the 9. Just like a delayed route where he comes out of the backfield and nobody saw him. So he is incredible, and he wants to have a better relationship with Randy Moss. He wants to emulate Randy Moss's accomplishments, and he's already laying that foundation. It's amazing how good he is. And, he plays like he did yesterday on a regular basis. They will get to the playoffs, and they will be a tough team to deal with once they get there.
Well, listen, he's a great player. There are so many great young receivers in this league right now. And also understand, because at times people will see a player like that open and say, how does a player that good get open? You have to understand it's a concept as well. Route concepts, route running of the other receivers as well. You know, you think of routes that they're running and where it takes a defense and where it can open holes up. And whether it's a zone defense, man, it can be a different thing. But in a zone defense of where it can open things up on the field. Now, sometimes you play man, you just flat out beat your guy, you catch him flat-footed. But zone, all you need is a player for that split second on the defensive side of the ball to not be where he's supposed to be or look away from where he is, and that's all you need. And you're going to get that area that you need to catch the pass. So it's not just Jefferson running routes, though he does it well. It is the concept of the other routes that are going on as well that helps receivers, great receivers, get open if they work, if they draw and pull the defense the way you're drawing it up on the whiteboard to work.
And the key for the Vikings offense continues to be giving quarterback Kirk Cousins enough time to throw the ball, because he's not going to do the Aaron Rodgers thing where he slides left or right or backward or forward and buys time that way. When the walls begin to cave in on Kirk Cousins, it's over. It's done. He needs to be able to find a receiver open before time runs out. It's beat the clock. You got 4 or 5 seconds max. He's not going to buy you more time. That's just the reality. He's a great thrower. He's a great quarterback when he has time. He's not going to take, as someone explained it to me, Cousins is the guy who can run the play that's called. The play that develops on the fly, Mike, is something he just can't do. He can't take it and improvise because he doesn't have the physical abilities to run away from the guys who are trying to knock him down.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we see Kirk Cousins and we go like, wow, he's got some good stats, and we see him play well. And then I think what happens is we all wait for that next level, and that's kind of today's game. You see guys that can pass from the pocket, but you see their ability to escape and either run and be dangerous with their legs or escape and be dangerous behind the line of scrimmage by throwing the ball. That's kind of the next step for quarterbacks that have been in the league for a little bit to kind of develop that, where guys coming into the league now, we see that because they've been doing that all their lives, and it's now more accepted in the NFL. When they come in, they actually use quarterbacks' abilities from college in the pros. But guys that have been in the pros for a while, that's what you want, a good pocket passer. Can they develop that next stage? And I think that's what everybody kept waiting for with Cousins, who played the business aspect of NFL better than anybody out there in the money that he got. But from that development standpoint of going to that next part of your game to make you even, and then your offense even more dangerous, that's been the part that's been missing a bit.
And that's the problem. They'll eventually come up against a defense that shuts down the run, gets to Cousins, and their defense isn't good enough to keep it close, and it just feels inevitable. It's going to be a suffocation, and maybe that'll happen to them 6 days from now when they go back to San Francisco. Let's take a break.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.